doing a little homework, knowing a little bit about the organization, and demonstrating that very early on in the interviewing process tells me, the hiring manager, this person is here because they want the job.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. So while computers are doing a great job of connecting us with potential hiring managers, there still comes a time when you have to kill it in the interview with your potential new boss. So our guest today is David Scurlock. David, welcome to the show. It's great to see you. How are you today?
I'm great, Pat. Thank you very much for having me on your show today.
You've done this before, you teach people about it, and you teach the STAR process for interviewing. So, did that come from your experience as a hiring manager or from reading books? Like, how did this STAR process come to be?
Well, it's been around for a while, Pat, and I first learned about it early in my career through a VP of HR that I was working for, and she was explaining to me kind of the concept that we want to, as we're hiring individuals, past performance can predict future behavior. So this STAR principle really has been around before, and it's really an acronym for behavior-based interviewing.
Tell us about the process, and then how do we become a great candidate for the folks that are using it or sitting in front of the interviewer?
From an interviewee standpoint, you want to know that the person has the right skills and the right even attitude for the position. They've got a position profile, and you see that, and they're looking for certain characteristics. So the idea is, ask some questions that the individual can demonstrate that they have the skills and that they've applied those skills properly to drive results.
Mhm.
So, as the candidate coming in, I want to then make sure that the responses or the answers, the information that I'm giving to my potential employer follows that process. And quite frankly, Pat, a lot of interviewers, professional interviewers, will say, we're going to do a behavior based process. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I'd like you to give me some situations and tasks. Tell me what you did, and then tell me what the results are. So they will kind of set the table for you, and you
Mhm.
just want to be ready to respond in that way. And again, think of it if I'm the interviewer, I'm probably interviewing multiple candidates.
Mhm.
And again, today, a lot of people bring the experience to the table. So I want to look for the candidate that's not only got the skills, but it's going to be the right fit.
I think that's really good. So when we're going into the interview, we're thinking about how our behavior led to results and how it might suggest future action. Let's talk about what the acronym STAR means, and then we're going to hack this process.
So the S is the situation, T is the task. So sometimes situation and task can be similar. I was in this particular situation, or I was assigned this particular task. The A is the action. Here is what I did. I was part of a team, but here was what my responsibility is. Then the R is, as a result of this action, here was the outcome. We increased by this. We retained more employees. We increased sales.
Okay. So, for example, you're in an interview, and let's say you're trying to get your first full time job, and you ask me, because I'm the candidate, tell us what you did at as the role of a barista that might apply to your first full-time job I'm trying to hire you for. And I would say, using your acronyms, the situation was, um, well, it was a brand new coffee shop, and I got hired as a barista. And my task was to set the standards for what it meant to be a good barista. So my action was I created a training program that I put everybody through, and the result was we beat our first month's projection by 50%. Like that's the STAR. Is that right?
That is exactly right.
I would imagine, and I want to put you back in the role of hiring manager for a second.
Mhm.
Even if someone's not using the STAR methodology, they're listening for those kinds of triggers, right? How did they react to a situation? What kind of action did they take? What were their results? So even if they're not formally consciously running star in their head, they're listening for it. I'm curious, in your opinion, which one of those acronym pieces do you think is the most impactful? How they responded to a situation, the tasks that they performed, their actions they took, or the results? Like, what do you think to a hiring manager stands out the most?
I think, Pat, the action, what did you do, and then the result.
One other thing that you teach on and you talk about is motivational fit. I've never heard that phrase before. What do you mean by motivational fit?
What do you really like to do? We talk about culture today and does the individual fit. So, again, I'm going to start from a hiring manager. Okay, I've got 6 candidates. They've all got stellar backgrounds, but which one really is going to fit in our culture and really wants the job? They all have the skill. So I want to know which person is motivated to want this position. They can all do it, but is this person coming in and, well, this is just going to be for me to pass time, or does this person really want to become part of my team? So from a hiring manager, I want to find the best fit for my organization, for the work team that I'm putting this person in, or for whatever culture it is that I'm trying to create. Now I'm going to flip it on you, Pat, and say I'm the person being that I want a job with you.
Mhm.
So now what I want to do is think about of all of the tasks that I've had in the past and the things that I've had to do, what is it that I excites me when I get up in the morning? What is it that I'm passionate and really want to do?
Mhm.
That's the motivational fit. Well, yeah, I could be a barista. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a great opportunity. But I think I would like to manage my own coffee shop. So my motivation is to maybe become an entrepreneur. Or I was an entrepreneur, and that can be a lonely, uphill climb. I think I want to get into an organization. So my motivational fit is to become part of a team. So it's really, what is it that I really like to do? What is it that I really want to do? And does that align with what this role and responsibility is? So
And speaking about that from a candidate's point of view, hiring managers can tell if someone's motivated to try and get the job. Like if they've done their homework and they know why they want to be there and they're passionate about earning the opportunity.
absolutely. Because a lot of times they'll say, so what brought you in today?
Mhm.
Why do you want to work for this organization? So sometimes they want to see what is the motivational fit before I go through the entire interviewing process.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe as a candidate, I want to do some homework on the organization. Maybe I can use LinkedIn or some other tools to find out, why do you like that company, or why do you like the role in that company? And I can decide, is this organization the right fit? I know I've got the skills, but let me see if it's the right fit for me. So to your point, doing a little homework, knowing a little bit about the organization, and demonstrating that very early on in the interviewing process tells me, the hiring manager, this person is here because they want the job.
But I do want to give you the opportunity just to address job searching candidates and people that are looking through career change. Is there anything that you would like to say to that group of people that they should have in mind right now as they are trying to find their next great opportunity?
I think now there's a great opportunity that maybe it's a good time to change careers. Maybe I want to learn a new skill or a new opportunity. And again, if you're the right motivational fit, if you show that I am looking to become a part of your organization, guess what? I can train someone that's got good motivation, but I can't teach the motivation, the excitement, the willingness to do it. So, but really take that assessment about what gets you excited in the morning. How do my skills transfer into that new career? And my goodness, the world's your oyster, and there are a lot of new horizons out there. I think that we can all take advantage of.
That's great and a great conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. David Scurlock, founder and CEO, In Your Face Learning and Trading Academy. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Pat. It's been a great day, and everyone get motivated and get fit.